Alright, so today I'm going to be going over the install of this front Mag-Hytec differential cover for my 2005 Dodge Ram 2500 4x4. It's another part off my wreck truck that I'm adding onto this stock one. Very nice design. Has a dipstick for checking their fluid level. It's magnetic, as well as a magnetic drain plug. It makes servicing much easier versus having to take all the bolts out to drain it like on the stock one. Also comes with this really nice Allen hardware. Replaces the factory 13mm bolts. It's a very nice design, looks really good on as well, and increases the oil capacity up to 4 quarts, so you have better cooling, better gear life. Has a temperature sending port if you want to get really fancy. I'm not going to mess with that, but I also have one on the rear of the truck. I didn't go over an install on that, but it's pretty straightforward. I'll go and show some shots of it later. But I'll just kind of do the run through, show you how it goes on. And I'm gonna fill it up with some Lucas synthetic. Okay, so real quick, we just have a side-by-side comparison of the aftermarket and the factory. You can see just how much larger capacity and the better cooling fins the aftermarket Mag-Hytec has versus this factory stamped one. Plus, to drain it, you have to take out all the bolts, and then here's the fill plug, whereas the aftermarket has the drain plug here, magnetic also, magnetic fill plug and dipstick. Just makes servicing the truck that much easier and better. So now we'll see what the next step is. Okay, so here we are under the truck with the front differential cover removed. I didn't want to go through showing that. It's pretty straightforward. You just remove all the bolts from around the whole cover, let it drain really well, and make sure your gasket surface is nice and clean before we go back on with the aftermarket one. And then you just top her off. So next step's getting that new one on there, and then we'll go from there and showing how it's filled up. Real quick before I install it, I just want to show another feature I really like on this aftermarket one. It has a built-in gasket, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. It's built in. Just have to put a little bit of gear oil on it before you put it onto the truck, and you're good to go. Also, you can see the backside with the dipstick here, magnetic drain plug. Just really good features of this thing. And next, just bolting it up. Alright, so here we have the aftermarket cover installed on the truck. Not too bad. Just kind of came from the bottom driver's side here, kind of slid it up into place. Got a few Allens started. Then I just put them all in. I made sure to tighten them in a crisscross pattern best I could, from one side then to the other, top to bottom, not just going around at first, because you want to tighten them evenly so you get a good seal. And then once you've done that a few times, at the end you can go around to each one by one just to make sure they're very snug. I will say that these nice short Allen heads from Snap-on that I have work really well. Made it getting in there much easier. Also too, just want to make sure that you have your drain bolt tightened back up before you start adding the oil in. And I got my fill plug and dipstick loose right now. About to dump in 4 quarts of this Lucas synthetic gear oil here. I said increases the capacity, takes 4 quarts. So I got it cut here, and I'm about to fill it in. So I'm just gonna remove this dipstick drain plug right here, and then in goes the oil. So I'm gonna fill it up with 4 of these, and then I'll show you how you check it with this dipstick here in just a second. Alright, so I just finished filling the aftermarket Mag-Hytec cover with 4 quarts of the Lucas synthetic gear oil. Fill it all the way up with 4, and then just to check the level here on the dipstick, it's in between those 2 lines. Very nice feature. And to check it, this has to be screwed in all the way, finger tight. then you remove it to check it. But just double check that so we're good. Then once you get in there, just use this Allen here to fully tighten the dipstick up, and we're good to go. So now in maybe 75,000 miles or so, when I need to service it sooner if necessary, if I go off-roading, all I gotta do is pull this drain plug, let her drain, top her off. Easy, looks great. And all right, on to the next project. All right, and also real quick, just wanted to give you a shot of the rear differential cover I got. It matches the front. This one's extremely easy to install. Just removing the factory bolts on the old one, letting it drain, putting the new one on. Very easy. Also has these very nice Allen heads, a fill plug and dipstick, as well as a magnetic drain plug here on the very bottom. Very good features. Looks great, works great. This also expands the oil capacity for longevity and cooling. And like I said, just looks great.